If you are logging into my team today, this is what matters. Happy Tuesday, everybody. We do have new challenges, though they're a bit questionable. We'll review them. We have a lot of new cards. Some are quite good. We'll review them as well. And there's new packs in the pack market. How was that going to impact the auction house? Of course, we got all the answers. Let's dive right into it. Do your daily challenges. We'll get these done. I will have to hop online. That's just fine. From there, season 4 tab, nothing new in here today. Okay, so I would not focus on these ball games. We got some really cool new basketballs last night on stream. We will look at those in a sec, but I wouldn't recommend either of these. It's just not worth it. Of course, I always recommend the Battlegrounds option, the weekly set challenges. Definitely get that. We didn't get any challenge associated for this new Tuesday drop. That's fine, at least not in this tab. Season 4 rewards, go ahead and get these done. It is a really nice rep boost. I did use that last night. I did rep up last night. We're up to Amethyst, almost Amethyst 4. We have some new updates on coaches because we had a mind-blowing experience on stream last night. I found out something I did not know about coaches, which we will also show in just a moment. But on to challenges, just stick after this tab. Really the only thing that's time sensitive for today, tomorrow, is this Battlegrounds. Looks like you have 2 days, 22 hours, 222 on the channel. That's a sign of good luck. So go ahead and get that done and get your Hall of Fame option pack. On to the weeklies. There's nothing new here. Keep doing coaching training challenges and the signature challenge. But on the Battlegrounds Festival, they gave us 2 new challenges. One is a must complete. This is really easy. It's like the other ones, just those diamond ones. I mean, it's nice. It's a free diamond. So technically, yes, they're just kind of keeping on that pace. But then they gave us this one, and it's 16 games, and I already played one, hoping it would be like 1-minute quarters. It's a full lineup game, folks, and it's 3-minute quarters. Really quite long. I would say each game will take about 20 minutes, and there's 16 of them, so that's 320 minutes. I believe that's just under 6 hours, so over 5-hour grind to get all of these done. It's a bit of a commitment just for a pink diamond. And let's just break it down mathematically here because we're going over to the play tab anyway. In Breakout, you can get pieces pretty quickly. I play Breakout on all modes, and I do that because yes, I'm getting a piece per game and I want to get it as quick as possible, and it would technically be faster maybe just playing a triple threat game in Gauntlet, but I'm not that hyper focused on pieces. I'd rather get all these additional rewards from Breakout. I mean, I'm getting a 90 plus premium, I'm getting MT, and I can get this exchange piece. And even if I'm not getting to 13 for a season 4 exchange piece, I can still get a Hall of Fame badge. I can get all these packs. So I'd rather play on all modes, get festival pieces a slight bit slower, but get the additional rewards. Let's assume it takes me 5 minutes to finish a game. That's realistic. Most are triple threat, which would be a little bit below 5 minutes. Some are clutch time and full lineup, maybe a hair more than 5 minutes. Average 5 minutes per game. That would be 12 gold pieces per hour. There's 60 gold pieces in one pink diamond. So that means grinding this method and getting all these additional rewards, I could still get a pink diamond in 5 hours of semi-casual grinding. I mean, this is not doing Breakout Gauntlet replaying the same game every single time. That would take probably like 3 minutes a game. So then you're going to be getting, what would that be? 20 pieces an hour. Quick maths there. So you could get up to 20 pieces an hour, which would be a pink diamond every 3 hours. So depending on your grind, even just doing this one super straightforward, you could get a pink diamond every 3 hours. If you do it in the Breakout mode and get a bunch of rewards along the way, you can get a pink diamond every 5 hours. And we just said this new challenge, it's gonna take you at least 5 hours. There's no way to skip it because these are 3-minute quarter games. You have fouls, you have quarters. Each game's gonna take you at least like 15 to maybe 20 minutes, and you're gonna have to stand up and stretch in between. So it's just kind of not worth it. I mean, if you just want the pink diamond piece, play Breakout. If there was rewards associated with each of these challenges, maybe. I mean, the 16 gold pieces is like, what is that? 5 amethysts. It's just 1 diamond, so it's really not a huge addition. There's better ways to grind for pieces. For me, I'm gonna put a pause on this challenge. if this was like, if I could get more challenges done within these games, it might be worth it, but I'd rather just grind Breakout for now. I'm not expecting them to maybe come and update this to a Galaxy Opal or something crazy like that, but for now, I'm just gonna ignore it. I usually don't, guys. I almost do all my challenges. I just don't think the juice is worth the squeeze on this challenge. If they update this to a Galaxy Opal, I would do it in a second. Then the math works out. You cannot get a Galaxy Opal in 3 to 5 hours of grinding, but you absolutely can get a pink diamond piece with 3 to 5 hours of grinding in Breakout, and you'll get so many better rewards. It will either be way faster just by, spamming this first game and replaying it, or way more rewarding and just as fast in the Breakout all modes, which is using the portal and just playing normally. So that's my 2 cents on that, guys. A kind of a questionable one, but think about this. One, they gave us a huge locker code yesterday. They were pretty generous. I got a huge W from that locker code. Most people were able to get the ball where they wanted and kind of got what they wanted, either a premium pack or Armon Thompson. Some people wanted Josh Smith. So that was a W, shout out. If you haven't put the locker code in, put the locker code in. Today, they didn't just give us one challenge. It's not like the only challenge they gave us was this pink diamond kind of insane grind. They still gave us the typical diamond one. So I'm not like mad at 2K. I'm not disappointed. I wish this was a bit more rewarding. But if it was a Galaxy Opal, then just more and more people would get Sar and Terry, which is technically a good thing, but it makes it a little fun. If you do get them, maybe no money spent, even if you're able to do that grind, you can wear that badge of honor of like, hey, I really did it. Even though it was pretty challenging, they weren't giving out Galaxy Opal pieces. They were making us grind. So that's my 2 cents. I'm still optimistic. Like, hey, we got a free diamond. Yes, I'll skip this one for now. Maybe they kind of make it more worthwhile. Maybe I get some more challenges I can grind in this. Like maybe they give us some kind of play a certain number of offline games, or maybe it makes sense to actually grind this. For now, I'll skip, and I'll just focus on, either playing Park or Breakout today. We did finish Domination. I'm super pumped on that. We got Jason Richardson. We got all the crests done. Shout out to the Discord. If you guys have questions on this, I was helping somebody out on Reddit last night, and we got him to successfully do one of the crest challenges. So I know there can be questions, but we're here to help. We got Domination done. I'll shout out exhibitions. I usually do it in the beginning. We might start shouting them out a little bit later now when we're actually on this play tab. Keep the beginning of the video a little bit more smooth, but just keep grinding. I would say, don't prioritize that new challenge. Prioritize what you're working on. So if you're still getting through the gauntlet, it's technically a great way to not only get rewards, but stack pieces. I've finished the gauntlet. I'm going to hone more in on Breakout now that I'm done with Domination. Getting myself ready for King of the Court and Sunday Park Streak. Might not sweat too much over the next couple days because it's going to be a sweaty weekend. So I'll probably just casually grind pieces here and Breakout, stack up as much as I can, maybe play a little Park. If you're working on Showdown or Salary Cap, another good day. With this mode, it's cyclical, guys. We're on a season cycle. There's weekly challenges we want to take care of. Really, the most important one is the easy Battleground challenges and this Hall of Fame badge. So get those taken care of. And other than that, just keep grinding your level 40. We got Russell yesterday, which was huge. He's amazing. All these rewards are worth it. It's the anchor of our grind. So you can just factor that in. Keep working towards level 40, keep stacking pieces and having fun playing whatever mode that you want. And we will pop over to the exchange. And yeah, we are stacking a lot of pieces. I think I'm up to, 4 Galaxy Opals, and 1 pink diamond away from another Galaxy Opal, which would be 5. And I'm like 1 diamond away from another pink diamond. So we're pretty much at 5 Galaxy Opals. We still have a lot of time. We'll see if they start giving us a little better, more rewarding rewards. At least the pink diamond's out there, though. Yeah, we probably won't get it. And I'm still just honed in on Terry Arsar. Not much has changed. My recommendation, get Hansen first and foremost. I know he's like super hyped right now. Some of that hype is real. I think he's a really good card. Is he the best center in the game? No, but he's free and he's really, really good. And in the right hands, he can be a top center. Maybe not the best center, but the best center in the game is like 5 million MT. So the fact that he's a top 10 center makes him super, super value. I already got him, but he would be right here. And, you know, at this point, I'm not spending anything else. I'm just stacking up as many Galaxy Opal pieces. I'm not ripping packs. You know, technically, this is a no money spent grind. The Pro Pass doesn't get you any pieces or anything. So I'm going to see if we can get Sar or Terry without ripping packs. And at the very end, if I'm 1 or 2 pieces short, I do have some VC from the Pro Pass. Maybe I would use that. Maybe I spend like 40k MT on packs. I don't know. I usually never use MT on packs. I don't think it's worth it. But to lock in one of these cards, if I was just a hair short, it may be worth it. But for now, I'm just stacking pieces. We are making really good progress. We have so much time. So just keep lining up your shot. And same with season 4, work to get your exchange piece. We have Jaden McDaniels. He's great. A lot of these options are good, though. More and more people I've seen are taking Tony Allen. He's a fun card. Vucevic, you know, might be a bit overshadowed with all the new bigs in the game, but still a really good pick and pop presence. And any of these cards are actually quite good, as we've said before. So be comfortable just going through challenges tabs, going through the different play modes, and going into the exchange. And we can also be comfortable in the pack market, but we like to be comfort with extreme discipline in here. And you know what the 2K decided to do was release a bunch of new cards. And I actually didn't mention that. Yeah, we have a huge new drop. They released like 10 new Galaxy Opals. Some are pretty good. This Stephen Castle's really good, actually. This Caruso's really good. They released an Embiid. He's going to be good. They released Mikal Bridges. He's always a really good card. So they released some of these new guys, and they released some really fancy new boxes. You know, if you were really behind and you had the extra cash, this might be a decent purchase. You know, not for me, of course, but you do get some pretty good things, and you don't just get a ton of fodder. That's one thing. Like when, you know, every time, you know, in the past, not this year, but I have opened one of these 50 box packs, and it's almost annoying. You just get so many gold cards, and then your auctions are filled up, and you have like all these jerseys, and you're just trying to sell everything. Sometimes it's not even worth it, in my opinion. With this box, you don't get all that fodder. You just kind of get like a limited amount of really good stuff, though. You get a Dark Matter Galaxy Opal, Equal Chance Rivals pack, you know, 3 legend badges, and then you get a Dark Matter event card. So that is kind of huge. A bit disappointing, I guess, if this is the one thing where it's like they made it easier for you to get Sar and Terry with spending money, but then they made it pretty hard because, well, not like hard, I mean, they still gave us a challenge, but they're giving us a pink diamond for 5 hours of grinding, but then they're essentially saying, well, hey, if you just want to pay $100, you could come in here, or maybe a little bit more than 100. I don't even know how much 450,000 VC is. It's probably like $100. You could just pay $100 and we'll give you a Dark Matter, which is equivalent to like 20 hours of grinding. And you know, time is money for some people. So if you really like this game and you have extra cash, but you just don't have time, this might be some value. For me, it's not how I play the game. I play to grind a little bit, but they put it in there, so be aware of it. And they added a bunch of new Galaxy Opals, which have impacted the market. And it's days like these where I still just sit back and smile, because I'm like, look, they didn't give us the greatest challenges, but they still gave us a diamond. They added some new cards. I never buy the new cards the day they're out. But what it means is we can still just move and groove in the auction house. And that's what I'm doing today. I'm finding some really good deals. It's another one of those times we have our buy cycles, we have our sell cycles. I'm in a bit of a buy cycle. I still do my day trades. You can see I got plenty of cards down here that I'm selling. You know, I wake up every morning to 5, 6, 7 cards sold, and every card usually is 5 to 10K profit. So as long as I'm just continuously making smart purchases, I know over time the majority of them will be quite profitable. And I have a ton of bids out right now. Just cheeky bids. Look, I'm winning these amethysts really, really cheap. I won a Kenny for 12. I just sold one for 23. I mean, that's 9K profit for very limited work. And I'm stingy. Like, somebody outbid me for 2,500. I'm cool. I don't want to spend any more than 2,500 on Jarris Walker. And I'm going to pick up a few pink diamonds from the newest set. I think they're a little low. Working the cards that I know. I do think these pink diamonds, particularly Richard Jefferson, has some value. They're just so low. Like, look at the pink diamonds for the Battlegrounds, and there's going to be no new pink diamonds from Battlegrounds Rivals. It's all Galaxy Opals, but they're just incredibly cheap. And you just compare them to the Beast pink diamonds. They're like 10 to 15K cheaper than any of the Beast pink diamonds. I mean, there's so many up in the 30 range. I would kind of avoid Wesley Matthews. I don't think he's too meta, but I think Richard Jefferson is kind of the best of the group. And there's one at 32 not selling, so very possible to get him close to 30. And guys, for 30K, this is a really good card. This is actually a borderline meta card. I mean, his jump shot's not always perfect, but 92-3, so he's going to hit open shots, 95 driving dunk, quite good on defense, and he's 6'7 at the shooting guard. This guy hits the 5Ds of dodgeball: dunk, defense, threes, size, speed. He hits all 5. So this is actually a really good card. I think he's undervalued. I can kind of understand why Wesley Matthews is so cheap, but I still see this card going up. Because if you look, I mean, the second cheapest Pink Diamond should be Beasts. I mean, they're the second newest set. There was a ton of them out. A ton of people rip Pink Diamond Beast packs. The cheapest Beast, I think, is well over 40K. Look, there's barely any at 45. So if Wesley Matthews can just get to like 40, there's a ton of profit there. I'm not investing him too much because I just don't think he's that meta. But I think there's definite value. I mean, when you look at these Beast, the Battlegrounds cards, at 46, there's 100. There's like there's a ton. So if these guys just go up 10, 15, 20%, there's definitely profit to be made. So definitely consider, we're in that time of the pack cycle with these Battlegrounds rivals. What's the day? Tuesday. Friday, new packs come. So we're kind of getting to the point where we're going to start seeing their floor. I'm getting these amethysts 2,000 to 4,000. That is the price I'm looking at, and I'm doing it on bid. And if there's just so many of them, like maybe even this 3K, I make a bid, but it would be a card like this. All this come in and bid 3, maybe 3,500, and a lot of times I'm going to get some money back, and I'll sell them in a week or two when his price goes up. You can consider doing the same exact thing for Pink Diamonds. I circled out Richard Jefferson. He's a bit more meta. I think Antoine Walker, he was a cool player back in the day. Maybe he has some room. I'd want to understand his floor. He's probably not selling quite as cheap as like Wesley Matthews. But even this guy, 30K is not selling. This is a pretty good card for 30K. Would not be surprised if he sneaks up to 40, 45K at some point. I mean, a big small forward that can shoot. Probably leaves a little bit of room on the athleticism side, but still pretty good card. So like, I'm not opposed to bidding like right here, even 28K, like all this buy that. I think he will go up 10, 15%. Let's see if I can get another one below 30. Maybe I'll just buy 2. But instead of doing that, I might as well just do my bid method, because I might even get some cheaper than 28 like this. I'll just bid 28 now that I know 28 is kind of the buy now price, and I might get a few thousand MT back. So I'm pretty active today. Today is a bit of a buy day. We got the weekend coming up. There's all this noise with the new packs. I get there's probably some frustration, but I put my blinders on, man. I'm still grinding. I'm still just building MT. All these fancy cards, it just means more cards I can buy later. That's the good news. These Galaxy Opals, they're kind of good. I actually like them, some of them. Let's just see what they dropped exactly. But that's not the Beasts, the rivals. But they're just going to be expensive today. So all this weight, but I'm happy to hear, hey, there's a Caruso in the market now. There's a Castle in the market. Give it a month. They'll be cheaper. They'll be really, they'll still be good, but they'll be a lot cheaper. There's not even one Castle up, and there's only one Caruso. Not a ton of people ripping packs yet. But it's fine. There's a new set. It's only Galaxy Opals. That could be really good for us in that mid-tier range that we like to work in. Now we might see a little bump on cards like Buzelas, cards we've been trading for so long, who went down. Well, looks like he's getting back up. Not quite. He's still in the 30s. There's a 27. That might be a snipe. So yeah, just keep an eye on your mid-tier cards. You can still make a ton of MT on the day-to-day. Just keep working your filters. For me today, it's really just been jumping back in past sets, finding those cards I know. Like, I'm going to start buying Naz Reid again. His price is going up a bit. I think he's clearly in the mid-20s, so bidding in the high teens can easily make some MT there. And just doing my same patented method. Nickel Walker-Alexander, he doesn't have a dynamic duo. Look how rare this card's gotten. Good example, man. There's only 4 up, and he's at 60K. We were trading this guy in the 40s. A good example of it's just supply and demand, where there's not a ton of these cards out now. His price is going up. He probably sells in the 50s all day. A couple of these haven't sold. This one has a ton of badges. Kind of an interesting look at. Someone put 24 Hall of Fame badges on a Nickel Walker-Alexander. Interesting strategy. 78K. Y'all come grab it. Wouldn't be surprised if that sells. So it's fun, man. I'm just moving and grooving in the auction house as usual. I have noticed some of these wild gem of the specific teams have gone down a little bit. I was trading the Jazz, And it's interesting. I still don't think it'd be worth it to like go lock in for Karolinko, even though these have gotten pretty cheap. I mean, these were a lot more, look at this. These were a lot more expensive not that long ago. So something to think about. Maybe it's actually worth going and getting a Karolinko. I mean, if you can get him for a really, really good price, you need 63. It'd still probably be quite expensive, but something to think about. But monitor those wild gem prices because they are going down a little bit, just simply because these cards aren't quite as meta as they used to be. More and more cards are coming in the game. Jaden McDaniels is arguably as good as Karolinko. There's a ton of point guard options. Everyone's going to get a free Russ. Think about all the shooting guards out there that have been free. Kamara is so good and everybody has him. He's free. Ingram's, a little better, but there's just a lot of good shooting guards. So it makes sense. Those cards are going down a little bit. Find the daily floor. You can still win some on bid, for like the Jazz that I just looked at. It looks like some are selling at 5-6K. So I would just set my maximum bid to like 3-4K and you can still make a couple MT of profit. That's something to think about. And then, of course, the dynamic duos. We'll do our daily check on Derek Queen. I'm back in the market, man. I'm starting to corner this Derek Queen market. There's only one up. It'll be done in 4 hours. But every other Derek Queen is owned by Big D Guru. I'm trying to set that price a little closer to 40. See if we can do it. I've had some great market manipulation on this Kenny Smith. As you can see, I think I own almost every Kenny Smith. I might have just bought another one. Do I have another one here in my collection? I don't. Oh, it's that Jarris Walker I got for cheap. But we can keep an eye on Kenny Smith, and if there's a good deal, I will get that. Buying him in the teens and selling in the 20s pretty consistently. It's a bit of a slow drip, but it's a very profitable drip. So I just keep it going. And it's what I know. I know everybody can have their own strategy. Some work more effective. See, he's getting a little popular, but still in 4 hours, there'll technically be none up. I do have an active bid on that one because it's a pretty good price. Might even throw a cheeky bid, just one bid on that, though. That one might get bought out, so it wouldn't be a big deal if I don't win it. But just keep moving and grooving, guys. Have fun with these filters. I haven't looked at Pink Diamond WNBA players just out of curiosity. I think they're just so rare because most of the sets give you an option of NBA or WNBA. You can rip a pack with both, or you can rip a pack with just NBA only, which most people are going to do. And so these Pink Diamond WNBA players are just incredibly rare, and I probably see a post on Reddit every day. Hey, does someone have this card? I'm doing a collecting mode. I'm trying to collect every card. Good example, man. The Pink Diamond WNBA players are always in high demand when they're in packs. But like the Fever, this girl was really cheap. She was easily 40-50K when she was in packs, and now she's still that rare. I don't know if you guys remember. I do vividly. Just a couple weeks ago during my daily videos, I would check in on Aaliyah Boston, and there'd be 10, and they'd all be in the 40s and 50s. Now there's one, and she's 80. A little risky. I don't know if I want to go buy that Fever card. I can't remember what team she was on. Was it Mercury? Yeah, whatever it might be. But this girl herself, she could go up to like 80. Who knows? Buying one of these may be a good price. We've just seen the Pink Diamonds from past sets kind of always rise pretty consistently. It's just something to keep in mind. So WNBA Pink Diamond could be a good filter. But have fun with these filters. Keep working them. Keep doing what you can. With that, before we sign off, let's look at the lineups because a couple interesting things happened. First off, actually, I need to put a new ball into my collection, and there's some really cool ones. This is just kind of a fun little side thing. You can lock in basketballs. You can get some pretty cool. You can get a beach ball, and then this one I think is super cool. You can get the tie-dye ball, really cheap. So now I got the tie-dye ball. We're gonna equip that. I also splurged and I got the cyber ball. Isn't that a pretty cool ball, right? So now I got the cyber ball. You can get a dog toy ball. I'm like not super impressed with the dog toy ball. Not really that impressed with the beach ball. And then the logos ball you guys may have got. I think that was just a challenge. If you did domination, maybe you get that one. The plasma ball, this I did in the very beginning, man. This was one of my first grinds before I even had this channel. I was flipping these camo balls. Man, I made really good MT. And then I told myself, once I have a million MT liquid, I will lock all these balls in because I was, in the beginning, they were like 10K each, and some of them still are kind of rare. So I'm not saying you need to come in here and be a basketball dealer, but just, something to think about. It is kind of fun. You can come in here and just see, hey, are any of these kind of rare? But yeah, you can lock in for the plasma ball, which I always thought was really cool. And then if you lock in all the special balls, you get the happy face ball. I don't know, maybe it's just me. I don't love the happy face ball, so I'm not gonna go out and get the beach ball and the dog toy ball just to get the happy face ball. But I really like this tie-dye, cyber, and plasma ball. Just something kind of fun. You know, we might go change up the ball right now. I do love that rose ball, but let's give the tie-dye ball its time to shine. Maybe it has a cool animation. But while we're here, I have to shout out the coaching, and I learned something new last night. Shout out to Lieutenant Jambo, shout out to Taz, shout out to the whole chat who helped me work through this. I think I'm forgetting one other person who was involved in this conversation. Was it Justin the Menace? I think it was. Shout out to all the live viewers, guys. We have a lot of fun on the lives. And I did not know that you can switch. So I'm level, my tier, or my rep level has made it so I've unlocked 3. Some of you guys maybe only have 2. Some of you guys maybe have 4. And I'll have to link a video of Most Ballin' for an in-depth coaching video, because this will just be a highlight. But I did not know that you can essentially take a coach off. If you left click on the left stick, just click down, and then I can open up a new one and assign a different coach. This was groundbreaking to me. So you can essentially, depending on what badge you want to get done, choose. I thought it was like they go linear, but you can actually access any one of these that you want, and that does impact what badges you can get. And so like for Don Nelson, he's level 4 here. I was able to get all the way over here. Doc Rivers is level 5 for right here, but when I first did this, I didn't even have that unlocked, so I had to put Doc Rivers up here. Little did I know you can assign Doc Rivers to that. So left click here and you can move your coaches around, which will upgrade you or give you the ability to do even more of these badge challenges, which is huge, which is absolutely huge. So play around in the coaching tab. We will link a video to Most Ballin', but that was new to me. I learned something last night, which was pretty cool. And then yes, we did put the tie-dye ball in. So let's just go real quick. I want to see what it looks like. Let's have a little fun. You know, some balls have kind of a cool trail, like the snowball. Doesn't look like it's anything too cool, but man, I actually do. Look how it kind of looks like it floats. What do you guys think about that? It's like floating. Very cool. And yes, this rust jump shot is pretty smooth. All right, well, that's pretty fun, guys. Check out the different basketballs you can use. Join the Discord. We got lineups in there. We got highlights. We're seeing highlights of everyone and what they're hooping. We got questions, and now I want to see what basketball is everybody using. I get a lot of comments on the Rose Ball. Whenever I post my shorts, people are like, what basketball is that? So I'm curious, what basketball are y'all using? I just unlocked a couple new cool ones. One of the fun things you can do in this game, you know, there's a lot of little things you can do to make it fun. On a day like today, when you don't want to spend money on packs and one of the challenges is a bit too much, you know, we'll definitely get this one done, but maybe not this one. It's little fun things like that. Maybe building out a new lineup, getting your coaching challenges done. You know, you could always find fun ways to move and groove, let alone the auction house, man. I'll be very active in the auction house today, trying to win some bids. So appreciate you all tapping in, man. This has been a lot of fun. We will keep at it. Maybe live tonight for a little bit, just hanging out with the peeps. But tomorrow, for sure, as usual, we will have a daily video keeping everybody in the loop. And I appreciate all the support. I appreciate the likes, the subs. We're pushing for 300. I'm sure we'll get there slowly but surely. But in the meantime, you all have a great Tuesday. Much love and peace.